Greetings Facebook, and welcome to the Legato live stream of Doom. Just how doom-laden will it be? Well, that really depends upon you guys. So I'm actually just going to play a lot of Legato nonsense, and those of you that are interested can grab your guitars and I'll teach you some licks. And if you're not interested and you just want to listen to terrible jokes, I can provide those as well. So yeah, here is something to get those fingers working. It's an incredibly simple idea, right? Hello Ed Cox. Hello Daniel Nelson. Oh, Stuart Shields, no! It's got one grief, oh my god, I'm under pressure now. You want to hear my best lick? Here's my best lick, guys. Chuck Berry's dead, which might not be a bad thing because that means you won't get stared at or interfered with while you're in the bathroom. Right, anyway, so here's a thing that I do often for legato practice, all 4 digits, right? So you've got fret number 15, 14, 13 and 12. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I've superglued my hand to the neck. No, it's because I'm just using this as a mute. So yeah, just to prove you don't need that plectrum. No one really needs a right hand, at least not for playing guitar. You might need it for something else, but not for playing guitar. Alright, so, anywho's. Wait, I take guitar? You take guitar? Do you? What do you take it and do with it? You can tell me. Right, anyway, so it's 15, 14, 13, 12. And let's try and articulate this in 2 different ways. Let's do the old pull-off route first of all. Now here's the thing, when it gets really, really fast, don't move your index finger. Faster, 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 kill, kill. When it gets really quick, don't move your index finger. All you need to do is move 3 fingers and then you can do it faster, right? So if I do it with all 4 fingers, it's this. Which is still pretty fast, but I'll leave my index finger where it is. Then it's like, you know, legato of doom, basically. So here's the first stupid thing, it's just an imposition chromatic thing. That's it, really simple. And obviously, hammer-ons all the way up. Alright, so that's kind of like example number 1, right? All very musical and totally useless, but still it's awesome for getting the left hand together. So let's do a little bit of sequencing with this bad boy. So let's do a little sequence of what, 12 I guess. So we go down 3 strings, and then back 1 string, and down 3 strings. Back 1 string, down 3 strings, hello, we get through this tiny little hole. Back 1 string, down 3 strings. Alright, so that gives you this bad boy. It's kind of epic and immense. You see what I mean? It's legato live stream of doom. Aye. Alright, and then we're just going to ascend this thing. So it's going to be 12 up, 3 strings up. Back 1 string, 3 strings up. Back 1 string, 3 strings up. Back 1 string, 3 strings up. So we've got. Alright, that's the ascending bit. So let's just do the ascending bit. Haha! And there we go, that's the first exercise. Now here's a little pattern I do a lot. Oh, thank you very much. Wow, amazing! I'm just moving my fingers around in some sort of random way. Remember, this is not necessarily going to sound good in your blues band. You're not going to get into your blues band and go. Well, maybe you would, I don't know. You might get fired if you did that though. Alright, so here's a pattern I do quite often. This is like a pattern of 6. So here's my pattern of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we just go round and round and round, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sounds sort of like Space Invaders, doesn't it, from the 80s? You know, when the mothership was going overhead. Yep, I am that old. I remember Space Invaders on 8-bit video arcade games and so on. Right, anyway, killing it, man. Yeah, I'm killing it, man. So there's my pattern of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I'm really just going to take that sequence and move it down through the scale, right? Or the pattern. Right, so that's the idea. So that's going to give you this. Oops, sorry. Yeah, very, very silly, right? But anyway, all these patterns are just designed to try and get all 4 fingers to work so that the articulation between the digits is even. Because I notice when I teach legato to a lot of guys, they can kind of do like, you know, 3 notes on a string, and they can kind of do this sort of thing. You know, the Carlos Santana lick. Carlos Santana's best lick. That's so cruel, isn't it? Poor Santana. Right? So, and a lot of guys can do this sort of 3 note per string hammer on things. So you can get that going quite well. Hello, Joe. Actually, just as an aside, I can get these 3 note per string things extremely fast. Check this out. Again, silly, very, very quick. Hello, Barry. Oh, beautiful music. But anyway, so I can get these 3 note per strings really quick as well, which a lot of people can do, but the idea is to try and get the 4 note per string evenly articulated too. So when you hear the 4 note per string one, you still hear all the notes. So you want your 4 note articulation to be just as good as your 3 note articulation. So here's a little simple 4 note per string thing you can work on, which is sort of the next development from this kind of closed position legato thing. Right, so it's a parallel pattern. I guess this would be like E Dorian, and it's like this. So let me just see, it's 8 notes, right? And what we got? We've got high E 17, 15, 14 and 12, and then on the B string you've got 17, 15, 14 and 12. So it's symmetric across the B and high E. Symmetric. So I can do that if I pick the first note and then pull off. Or I can just left hand the whole thing. And then we just do it in octaves, right? So let's move down an octave. It's the same 8 notes down 1 octave. Skip to this guy. And then the same 8 notes down another octave. So this is just your descending pattern, symmetric. Which is, yeah, hammer on from nowhere, that's right, yeah. When you play 4 notes on a string, it's just incredibly fast. It's incredibly fast indeed. If you guys got any questions out there, you can just fire me a question or two, and I'll do my best to answer it. Hello, Jerry. So we're doing legato live stream of Doom here, as you can see. So don't expect taste and decency, and definitely don't expect any jazz. Just expect like death by shred is what you expect. So if I take my pattern here, right, my trusty symmetric guy, I take that one and then just put the sequence inside it. I'll answer that question in just a second, alright? So here's the sequence descending. Oops, sorry. So this is going to sound pretty immense, check it out. Oh, beastly. Alright, okay, how to pull off? Alright, well, actually, there's two options here. You can actually pull off, or you can just hammer on descending, right? So if you listen to Legato players like Alan Holdsworth or Tom Quayle, guys like Daryl Gable, they don't really pull off, they just hammer on, and they hammer on ascending or descending. So obviously most of us are used to hammer on ascending. So anything going up in pitch, we're kind of used to hammering on, but when we're descending, most of us, a lot of us are used to pulling off, and certainly that's the way I learned. I'd learned to pull off. So I'll show you how to pull off first. So to pull off, you're really pulling the string sideways and down. So let's say, for instance, we're going to play these three notes, right? We're going to play G, F and E. Well, I'm just going to leave my index finger on the high E string at fret 12, anchor the string down and pull off the fingers sideways and down. And it's a sideways motion, right? So you see that, you can actually hear it as well. So the index finger holds the string in place, and then the fourth finger and second finger pull the string downwards towards the floor. That'll be your standard pull off, really. And so you just do that with a scale shape, take any scale shape, you pull off. The only problem with that is that it distorts the pitch a little bit. You can actually hear this little bit of a meowing sound as you pull the string off. You can actually hear the pitch distorting. So rather than do that, what you can do is you can do backwards hammer on, which would be this. So in that case, I'm not pulling off, I'm actually just hammering on. So at the instant that my fourth finger lifts off the string, the second finger hammers on to create the sound of the note. So it's not a pull off, it's a descending hammer on. Truth be told, I'm really still more comfortable even after all these years just doing descending pull-offs. So I kind of do combinations of sometimes you know, it's all completely hammer on, and then sometimes it's pull-off. So like for instance, if we go back to that first little exercise we were doing, here it would be just with hammer-ons, and here it is with pull-offs. You can actually clearly hear that my left hand's actually better at, you know, providing more definition on the pull-offs. If it's just all hammer-ons, it's not quite as good. So still do pull off a bit. The problem is that your hand gets tired after a bit. You know, doing all those pull-offs, the fatigue in the hand starts setting in. So you need to practice to have like a left hand of doom. So here's a good left hand of doom exercise, another chromatic thing. Just that. And then we're just going to descend, alright, descend chromatically down the guitar. Very silly, but it's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. That's a good one. And if you want to try and get like stupendously quick stupendously quick legato pull off, so I can do a thing for you on a single string where you just do this. Etc. Nobody cares. So yeah, that's some of the things that I do to try and get the all four fingers working. Let's do a couple of other kind of silly. Thank you very much. Let's do a couple of other silly things. I've done videos on these before, so I'm sure you guys have seen this before. But I do some like kind of wide stretch triads and that sort of thing. So I'm playing some of these wide stretch triads, a bit like Sean Lane. Imagine that if Sean Lane was dead. Oh wait a minute. Yes. Imagine if Sean Lane was really shit while he was alive. He would sound like me. No, he wouldn't even sound that bad. So anyway, I'm going to show you this kind of diminished thing, right? This is this imposition diminished triad. I've done this one to death, but I can play it anytime, even when I'm drunk off my ass. I can play this arpeggio. So I'm just going to show it to you, right? It's a diminished thing. It's this. So it's just 9, 12 and 15. This one. And we're just going to play it parallel across all 6 strings. So we're going to go. Alright, so I think there's very much to be said about this. I'm going to show you some sequencing patterns inside it though. So 9, 12, 15, right? 9, 12, 15, 9, 12, 15. Kind of nonsensical really. Here's a couple of little sequences you can shove in it. Let's do like a 9-note ascending. So we'll do up 3 strings, back 1 string, up 3 strings, back 3 strings, up 3 strings. So it's like a group of 9, which has actually got like a pulse to it. This is what's called a non-uplift. We can do like 9 notes in one beat. So we could do like a non-uplift. So it'll be 3, 4. The pulse is there, right? Pulse is there. Pretty much, I am picking the first string. Now, so I'm doing that really conventional kind of 3-note per string metal thing where you just pick the first note and hammer on the other 2, right? Here's another one you can do, string skip. You just skip alternate strings, go like, let's see, you're going to go low E, then A, then, sorry, low E, then D, A, then G, D, then B, then back to G and then high E, that's right. So it's string 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1. It's just completely silly, but it's awesome. Right, okay. Insane having that one. It's not very difficult to do, but it just sounds crazy, man. And most of the things I can play really fast, they're not hard to do. It's just when you play them as quick as that, it just sounds bonkers, but they're not actually that hard to play. I can't actually play anything really complicated fast. I can play simple things extremely fast and then put together. Yeah, I know. It's not even as musical as Brighton Pier. I had a better time in Brighton Pier than playing these arpeggios. Right, okay, so yeah, like I say, I can't play anything complicated fast. I can only play like very simple things very fast, but I can play the simple things extremely fast and then glue together a whole bunch of simple things and it sounds smoke and mirrors like totally amazing. So here's a legato pattern I'm very fond of. I do this one a lot, 3-note per string thing. Alright, this pattern. So let's see, that's 15, 9, 12, 15, 9, 12, that. And then all I'm going to do is predictably take this pattern and move it across all 6 strings. What more do you want? Whoa. Right, totally silly, but pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know if you could ever use that in a band. I suppose if you're in a prog metal band or something like that, you could probably use something like this. I don't know. Maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. Here's an already silly one with some tapping. Don't really tap, I'm kind of terrible at tapping, but I'll do this lick anyway, so do another super low end tapping lick. Tap, high E, what is that? High E 18, pull off E9, hammer E12, hammer E15. And then of course we're going to move it across all 6 strings, hurrah! Silliness. Alright, okay, so I think that's that one done to death. Here's another very silly one for the left hand. I'm not really very good at 4-note per string things because I don't have big fingers, I don't have a big hand, so I find it really hard to separate my fingers, but I can kind of do this one, which is a kind of expansion of this legato one. Expanding to this legato one. So that is like, that's like a tone in between each digit. So that's 10, 12, 14, 16. We get that going as a very fast triplet. Now once we've got that going, you know what we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to move it across all 6 strings. So we've got... Oof, that's a tough one. Make it a little bit easier if we sequence it. So let's sequence it a bit. Yeah, that's a showstopper, that one. That's one of the you know, your guitar store licks where you just pull out when you want to just intimidate and terrify everyone. So just to kind of clarify what that is a little bit. 10, 12, 14, 16. Right, and I'm just sequencing that by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 notes, is that right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 10. It's 10. So this would be like a dodecouplet. You can actually tap your foot to it. Pulse is approximately there. That's... Yeah, it sounds something like Sean Lane, you know. Sean Lane on slow mode. That's what it's like. It's sort of whole tone-ish, and I suppose if you kind of got that together, you could actually move it across and make it a whole tone thing. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, that's extremely difficult. I don't really have the span for that. You need someone with massive hands like... I was watching some Daryl Gable, and God, that guy's just got like an effortlessly massive hand. His hand doesn't even look like it's spread out that much, and it like covers 7 frets. And it's like that, it's just not fair. That's not fair at all. Alright, so what we got in, what else we got in Insane Legato department? More triads. If you want more triads, I'll give you more triads. You can talk to me, you know, if you like, out there. You can ask me things. Ask me something! And I'll do my best to answer you. Otherwise I'm just going to keep shredding mindlessly. So here's the next triad. This is like minor triads, right? That's a good one. That's just very silly. So that's like 10, 13, and now it's at 17. 10, 13, 17. So that one will sound like this. Do you notice I'm not moving the index finger? Alrighty, and then just do that across all 6 strings. So we've got the usual. What's challenging about this, if you grab your guitar and actually try this, you'll notice that it's hard to keep the definition on the bass notes. They tend to get kind of woolly, mushy. So make sure the definition's still good as you're getting right down onto the bottom end. Alright, and then inside it, well, we could put our old sequences, we can put our patterns of 9s if we like. So pattern 9. Very good one. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And then descending 9. And then our good old favourite on this one. Oh, Left hand starting to give out. It's actually not the easiest guitar to play this, I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, it's not like the most razor of actions, you know. It's tens, and you know, it's not like totally super low action, so it's you have to push a little bit to get them to come out, but it sounds a bit better, I think. Alright, so let's see, what else we got with this minor thing. What else can we do with this minor thing? Well, here's the inevitable thing. We tap the top note. It's Satriani-esque. Still picking the first notes. Depends, really. So, like if I do this, like that's picking the first notes. This, for instance, isn't. That's just all left hand, right? Just left hand only. So it depends. Usually when I'm doing like legato things, I try not to really pick very much at all. You know, because the last thing you want to hear is this, you know, like no one wants to hear that. People just want to hear something that's nice and liquid sounding. So you are going to pick. You want to make sure that the first note isn't like much louder than the rest of them, right? Because otherwise it's just kind of like overly clunky. Right, so that was the minor one, bit of a killer. Good for impressing the ladies. That's how Alan Ryden got on so well, you know. No. Honest, Alan, I'm learning these Billy Joel songs right after this live stream. I'm going to go in. Good to be able to see your left hand. This is my left hand. Hello. This is my left hand. It's just that the camera's reversed everything, so it looks like I'm a lefty. Is that right? Yeah, hold on. You think this is my left hand? No, this is my right hand. This is my left hand. It's just because the camera's reversed. So, yeah, I'm just a conventional right-handed player, right? So this is my left hand. This is my right hand. Okay, here's the next stupendous stretched arpeggio of destiny. Now this is major triad. This is where it starts getting really tricky, right? This is like a D major triad. So you got D, F sharp and A. How do you find you just your right hand playing position rather than? Fine, yeah, I can do that absolutely fine. So the question Scott's asking is, can I palm mute without pulling the neck? Yeah, absolutely. So here's just some general legato mints just with right hand muting. So yeah, so the right hand there, you can't really see it, it's not in the shot, but for instance, that's just the right hand doing all the muting. Yeah, I'll try and get the shot a bit better. It's just because the seat I'm sitting on is a little bit low and the tablet's on this table, so you can't really see the right hand too well. Let's see if I can adjust a wee bit. I need a little cushion or something. So you can see, I'll just hold the guitar up and hopefully you'll be able to see. Right. Okay, so where were we there? Yeah, we're on the major triads now. No picking here. Oh, that's tough. So it's 10 and 14 and then 17. Yeah, to be able to pull that off, to manage that, pull that off. Oh, it's legato. Ho ho ho. I'm having to do my favourite legato pattern to get this because I don't have big hands and this is really pushing me, right? So I've got, that's the shape, that's the repeating 6-note pattern. So what is that? That's like 17, 10, 14, 17, 14, 10. That's it. Then I'm just moving that across all 6 strings. Another parallel one. These are all kind of monstrous killer things, you know. So don't start crying if your left hand just won't do it. You need to really get the thumb in the right place on the back of the neck, in line with the second finger. Open up the left hand, fretting hand properly, so you can actually make these monster stretches of doom, you know. Alright, here's the last one, which I probably won't be able to play. This is Augmented. Here we are, totally into Sean Lane territory at this point, trying to get these augmented things happening. So, here, I'll give it a go. Oof, that's difficult. That's difficult because I've got fret number 18, then 14, then 13. Look at this. Just check this out, guys. Look. Feline interrupting my live stream. What he likes to do is he likes to, when I'm teaching, he likes to crash out in front of the big old monitor I've got here right in front of me, and he just goes to sleep there. Then he wakes up occasionally and moves around, and then eventually wants to be fed. But that's what we've got. We've got me and Shredding and a cat who's cleaning himself. No doubt he'll start licking his bottom in a moment. I won't be showing you that, but yeah, so that augmented thing is just insanely tricky. Oofed. Also, you notice that the elevating the guitar neck extremely high just to be able to try and get some of these enormous stretches, infinity stretches of doom, because they're really tricky, especially for me. Don't really have big hands. Okay, let me show you one of the little mad stretch things. It's not really a legato thing, but I'm going to show you the stretch. Here's the impressive chord of destiny. So that's low E5, sorry, low E3, then A5, then D7 and G9, and it's a different digit, you see that? On every string. Kind of like stacked fifths, it's really just how a violin's tuned. Hello, Bendy. Don't you dare say something. Be barred. Barred from my stream. Barred from my stream, I tell you. Alrighty, I think I might have just pretty much exhausted this legato nonsense, unless you've got any other questions to ask me. I think I'm going to go out with a little jam here and play some melodic minor nonsense because I feel like it. So unless anyone's got anything else to ask me about outrageous legato playing, I'm going to leave you all alone with the sound of my melodic minor nonsense. The 4 string stuff's awesome, man. Absolutely awesome. Because you just sound so fast, no matter what you do. No problem, mate. See you later. Righty, I'm going to sign off with a little bit of melodic minor nonsense. Alright, hope you enjoy. And possibly some outside playing as well. I'll get a better sound than this. A bit too driven. Get something a bit more appropriate. Yeah. I've finished all the blowing away chops. You'll have to watch the live stream when I put it back up on Facebook. I'm going to do some mellow fusion for the meantime. And if you like that, stick around. If you don't, it's fine. Oh, I should say what I'm doing here. This is D melodic minor over D minor 6 to G13 sharp 11. There you go. outside stuff. Here's some whole tone stuff. A whole tone. Very crazy. Now let's see what else have we got for nonsense. We can start playing some diminished stuff. Here's some more outside stuff. Here's some more melodic minor things. Crazier stuff. Very silly. I'm going to run through this one more time, play some more nonsense, then I'm signing off. Let's go from lovely melodic bluesiness to outside insane jazzy fusionist. How about that? One more try. this. Just see how utterly enthralled my cat is by all of this. Yep, he's excited. Well, Facebook, on that note, on that very silly note, I'm going to leave you. Until next time, till the next stream of Oblivion, of Doom, of whatever terrible fate might await us when you listen to me play guitar. Till then, farewell.